Have you ever walked past a homeless person and wondered about their story? What led them to the streets? And more importantly, could their life ever turn around? Today, we're going to share a story that will not only answer those questions, but will redefine what you think is possible. It's the incredible journey of a man who went from sleeping on cold pavement to building a beacon of hope for thousands. This isn't just a story about survival. It's about the extraordinary power of the human spirit to rise, rebuild, and give back. His name is Mark, and just a decade ago, his world was confined to a few city blocks. His bed was a piece of cardboard, his roof, the unpredictable sky. Life hadn't always been this way. Mark had a job, a family, a home. But a series of devastating events, a sudden job loss, a painful divorce, and a struggle with depression created a perfect storm. He found himself in a downward spiral, losing everything he held dear. The shame and despair were overwhelming, and soon, the streets became his only refuge. Every day was a battle for survival. Finding a safe place to sleep, scrounging for food, and enduring the elements was a full-time job. But the physical hardship was nothing compared to the emotional toll. He felt invisible, like a ghost in his own city. People would walk past, averting their eyes, their silence screaming judgment and indifference. Loneliness became his constant companion. He remembers thinking that this was it, that his story had ended, and all that was left was to fade away. But one cold winter evening, something shifted. Huddled in a doorway trying to escape the biting wind, Mark watched a young volunteer from a local shelter hand out warm soup. She didn't just hand him the cup. She knelt down, looked him in the eye, and asked his name. It was a simple act, but for Mark, it was monumental. In that moment, he wasn't just another homeless person. He was Mark. Someone saw him. That small spark of human connection ignited a flicker of hope he thought had long been extinguished. It reminded him that he was still a person, worthy of dignity and respect. That night, something inside him clicked. He realized he had two choices: let the streets consume him or fight for a second chance. He chose to fight. The next morning, with a newfound determination, he walked into that same shelter. It was the first step on a long and arduous road to recovery. The shelter provided him with a warm bed and meals, but more importantly, it offered resources. He started attending counseling sessions to address his depression and joined a job readiness program. The path wasn't easy. There were days filled with doubt and setbacks. He faced rejection after rejection while looking for work. Old feelings of worthlessness crept back in. But this time, he wasn't alone. He had the support of the shelter staff and the other residents, people who understood his struggle. He learned to lean on them, to share his fears, and to celebrate small victories, like getting a library card or acing a practice interview. He was slowly, piece by piece, rebuilding his confidence and his life. After months of persistence, Mark landed a part-time job washing dishes at a local restaurant. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a paycheck. It was a start. He saved every penny he could, and eventually, he had enough for a deposit on a small room. The feeling of closing his own door behind him for the first time in years was indescribable. It was more than just a room. It was a symbol of his return to the world, a testament to his resilience. He was no longer homeless, but Mark's story doesn't end there. In fact, this is where it truly begins. As he got back on his feet, he never forgot the feeling of being invisible on the streets. He couldn't shake the memory of that one volunteer who saw him as a human being. He knew he had to pay it forward. He started volunteering at the very shelter that had saved him, but he felt a calling to do more. He saw a gap that needed to be filled. Mark knew that a warm meal and a bed were crucial, but the loneliness and loss of dignity were the deepest wounds. He envisioned a place that did more than just provide services. He wanted to create a community. His idea was simple yet profound, a charity focused on restoring dignity and connection. He called it the Second Chance Project. He started small, using his own tiny apartment as a base. He'd cook large batches of stew and take them out to the streets, but he wouldn't just hand out food. He would sit with people, listen to their stories, and remind them of their own names. Word of Mark's work began to spread. The restaurant owner he worked for was so inspired that he offered to donate food. Other volunteers joined him, drawn to his genuine passion. The Second Chance Project grew from a one-man mission into a small but mighty organization. They secured a small rented space and turned it into a day center place where people could get a meal, yes, but also a hot shower, clean clothes, help with resumes, and most importantly, a place where they would be greeted with a smile and treated with respect. Mark made it the core mission that every single person who walked through their doors would be known by their name. Today, the Second Chance Project is a thriving charity that has helped thousands of people transition off the streets. It offers housing assistance, job training, mental health support, and a vibrant community that Mark calls a family. And Mark, the man who once felt invisible, is now the leader of this incredible movement. He's a public speaker, an advocate for the homeless, and a living embodiment of the idea that it's never too late for a second chance. His story is a powerful reminder that one small act of kindness can change a life, and one changed life can, in turn, change the world. Thank you for watching and for letting us share Mark's incredible journey with you. If his story touched you, please share this video to spread the message of hope and compassion. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this one. See you next time.